Spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. They had a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
50 the mic. Hey, let's get that ball again. Let's get 11.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Check 26, check 26.
11. 21.
On 2nd down, Cook. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Hey, alert!
1st down, here's the run with Cook. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the run.
Lock!
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Let's go, baby. Turn over.
They run. Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Here we go.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, alert!
Mike's 54. Hey, watch the slant. Shift. Watch the shift. Check.
12.
Now a run with Cook. And an alley to run. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He'll find his receiver. That's Chad Beebe. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
12, fellas, here we go.
Let's get that ball right here.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. On third down, Cook. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I look at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they come up now second and goal. On second and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
6-6, pull it high. White.
Here is Cook on third and goal. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
On second down, it's Jones. He's got daylight. The 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put him through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Recon, 132 fighter.
On first down, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Play action. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. 2 minutes to play in his first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there, Rodgers to Adams. And even 40 yards. Now a first down carry by Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll have a first down inside the 10. That good for 22 and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you...
And that's caught inside the 30. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So now third and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Here we go.
On first down, Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working.
It's a foot race. 20, 10, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones. 71 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, It took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
And we've got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Yo. Show it up.
Now Cook. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. They run again on first down. Cook looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Throwing on second down. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up fourth down. They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Jones. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
I'm here all day.
Here's Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Jones has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Check 99. Watch twist.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Blue Dan. Alert 3. Watch the shit.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's complete. Stills. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Here we go. 180.
54 Mike. Down to lose 1.
I got you.
Motion. Mike's 54.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. The throw complete to Beebe. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
21.
50's the Mike. 50's the Mike.
5.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Cook following the penalty. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Garoppolo. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Cook. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to find Chad Beebe that time. And it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Hey, gun.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Mike's 54.
Hey, Alpha.
54.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Undercut.
At the 11-yard line.
21.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth down.
I got you.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
21.
Garoppolo going to go on fourth down. And it is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone, we're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Again, it's Jones. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
18. 54. Inside.
Situation. Let's go.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Looking deep for Adams. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's fourth down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the fourth quarter now. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll run on first down. Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A loss of 2 brings up
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 27-yard line.
So it's all over. A green